Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going deep on something I think a lot of Shopify users, myself included, might be sleeping on.
Yeah, it's funny how sometimes the most powerful tools are right there under our noses, huh?
Exactly.
Right.
We're talking about Shopify Flow. I've been guilty of overlooking it myself, always jumping to those shiny apps.
So many people do. But Flow can be a true game changer, especially for direct consumer brands.
For those who haven't explored it, what exactly is Shopify Flow and why should we care?
In essence, Shopify Flow is like this built-in automation wizard that's already part of your Shopify platform.
So no extra fees.
Nope, completely free. It's all about letting you automate those repetitive tasks that eat up your time. Things like managing inventory, sorting your customers, handling those orders, even some really smart marketing stuff.
Wait, hold on. So I could be saving a ton of time, maybe even making more sales, and this thing's just been sitting there in my Shopify this whole time.
Precisely. Honestly, a lot of store owners go straight to paid apps without realizing the power they already have, like having a secret weapon they don't even know about.
Okay, I'm listening. But honestly, whenever I hear the word automation, I kind of freeze up. I'm not exactly a tech whiz. Is Shopify Flow actually user-friendly?
Oh, it really is. You don't need to be a coder or anything. Think of it as setting up simple if this, then that rules. Like, if a customer spends over a certain amount, then automatically tag them as VIP.
Okay. That makes me feel a bit better. But what makes Flow better than all those other automation apps out there? There are a ton of them.
Well, first off, the price. Flow comes with your Shopify plan, so you're not paying any extra monthly fees, unlike many apps that can really add up over time.
Yeah, those app subscriptions can get out of hand for sure.
Absolutely. Plus, because Flow is built in, it integrates perfectly with your Shopify store, so you don't have to worry about those annoying integration problems or data syncing issues that you often get with third-party apps.
So smooth sailing and no extra costs.
Exactly. And don't let the simplicity fool you. Flow can get pretty powerful. You can actually create some really advanced workflows that connect different parts of your business, stuff many individual apps just can't do.
Okay, I'm starting to see why you're such a Flow fan. But how does this all translate into real results, for my store? Can you give me some specific examples of how Flow can actually help me boost sales?
Let's talk about abandoned carts, a pain point for basically every online store. With Flow, you can automatically send personalized emails to those shoppers who left items in their cart, remind them what they're missing, maybe even sweeten the deal with a small discount.
Ah, clever. So it's like having a little robot salesperson working around the clock to get those customers back.
That's the idea. Or let's say you have a popular product that goes out of stock. Super frustrating for shoppers, right? Flow can send automatic notifications to people who want that item as soon as it's back in stock.
Much better than having to deal with a bunch of emails or disappointed customers.
Right. And here's another way Flow can personalize the experience. You can use it to tag customers based on their purchase history or how much they spend, creating different customer tiers.
Like a bronze, silver, and gold system.
Exactly, just like those airline loyalty programs. Then you can tailor your marketing, send special offers, whatever, to each tier.
So my high-spending gold customers get the royal treatment. That's a really smart way to reward loyalty and keep them coming back for more.
Absolutely. And it's all automated so you can focus on other things.
Okay, you've definitely got me curious. So we've covered the what and the why of Shopify Flow. Now I'm really interested in the how. Before we get into specific examples, can you break down how this automation magic actually works?
Sure. It all boils down to three main elements: triggers, conditions, and actions. Think of it as a domino effect.
Okay, walk me through that. What exactly are these triggers?
The trigger is just the event that sets your automation in motion. This could be anything from a new order being placed to someone subscribing to your email list, even a product running low in stock.
So it's like the first domino that starts the chain reaction. What about the conditions?
Conditions are like the rules that determine what happens next. So say your trigger is a new order. You might set a condition that says, if the order is over $100, then...
Got it. So if the order meets that rule, then it leads to a specific action.
You got it. That action is the final piece of the puzzle. It's the thing you want Flow to do automatically. It could be sending a thank you email, tagging the customer, adding a free gift to their order, all sorts of things.
So it's all about setting up this chain. Something happens, it's checked against a rule, and then a specific outcome is triggered. Pretty simple when you put it like that.
Right. And the beauty of Shopify Flow is you can chain together multiple conditions and actions to create some really sophisticated workflows, all without writing a single line of code.
This is amazing. I'm already starting to think about how I could use this in my store. But before I get carried away with all these ideas, let's hear some real-world examples of how Flow has actually helped other store owners. Okay, so we've established that Shopify Flow is this awesome automation tool that's built right into your Shopify platform. It can save you time and money, and it's surprisingly user-friendly. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What are some real-life examples of how store owners are actually using Flow to boost their sales?
We found some pretty cool stories from Shopify users who were using Flow in some really creative ways. One store owner, she runs a fashion boutique, and she was having a real tough time keeping up with customer requests for out-of-stock items. People constantly emailing her, wanting to know when certain sizes or colors would be back.
Oh, I feel her pain. It can be a real nightmare trying to manage all those inquiries, especially when you're busy running a store.
Exactly. But instead of drowning in emails, she got smart and used Shopify Flow to automate the whole thing. She set up a simple flow that was triggered by the product variant inventory changed event.
So anytime the inventory levels are updated in her store, the flow kicked in.
Exactly. Then she added a condition to only notify customers who had specifically asked about that particular variant.
Smart move. That way she's not spamming her entire customer list with notifications people don't care about.
Right. And the final action was to send a personalized email to those customers, letting them know that the item they wanted was back in stock.
Simple, but so effective. I bet that saved her a ton of time and probably resulted in quite a few sales she wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
For sure. Another store owner, he sells high-end electronics, and he was struggling with the classic problem of cart abandonment. You know, when people add stuff to their cart but then don't actually buy it.
Yeah. The bane of every online store owner's existence.
He realized that a lot of those abandoned carts were just because people forgot about their cart or got distracted. So he set up a Shopify flow that was triggered by the checkout abandoned event.
Makes sense. So what did he do to try and win those customers back?
He wanted to personalize those abandoned cart emails. So he used Flow to segment those shoppers based on the total value of the stuff they left in their cart.
I'm sensing a theme here. Segmentation seems to be key.
Absolutely. And he created different email sequences for each cart value tier. So people with high-value carts, they'd get a more personalized email and maybe a discount code to encourage them to complete the purchase.
That's a great strategy. After all, those high-value customers are the ones you really want to keep happy.
Exactly. And by taking that personalized approach, he's able to recover a lot of those lost sales.
These are great examples. I'm starting to really see how versatile Flow can be. But I have to ask, is this something that's only useful for larger stores with complex operations? Can smaller businesses benefit from this kind of automation too?
Oh, Shopify Flows is for everyone, no matter how big or small your store is or what industry you're in. Even if you're just starting out, there are simple flows you can set up that will make a big difference. Let's say you're a solopreneur running a handmade jewelry store, for example.
Okay, I'm all ears. How could Flow help in that scenario?
Imagine getting a notification every time someone adds one of your pieces to their wish list. With Flow, you can set up a simple trigger that sends you an email alert whenever that happens.
That's a great idea. It would be super helpful to know which items are generating the most interest.
Exactly. And you could even go further and add a condition that checks whether the customer is a returning customer or if it's their first visit to your store.
So you could tailor your follow-up communication based on their level of engagement.
Precisely. Maybe you send a personalized thank you to the returning customer, letting them know you appreciate their support.
That's a nice touch. And for the first-time visitor, you could send a welcome email with a little discount code to encourage them to make their first purchase.
You got it. See, even small automations like that can make a big impact on your customer relationships and ultimately drive more sales.
I'm loving how Flow can be customized to fit all these different needs and business sizes. It's not just about making things automatic, it's about being smarter with your time and creating a better experience for everyone.
Totally. The possibilities really are endless. We've just scratched the surface here, but hopefully you're starting to see how Flow could become your secret weapon for DTC success.
Absolutely. I'm definitely getting some ideas. Now I'm really eager to hear more real-life examples and maybe even see how to set up these workflows myself.
Okay.
Hit me with some more of those real-world Shopify Flow examples. I'm ready for more inspiration.
All right, here's one that shows how flexible Flow can be. Imagine you're selling event tickets online. You want to manage all that attendee info without the headache.
Yeah, that sounds like a data entry nightmare, especially if you've got a lot of attendees.
For sure. But this clever store owner figured out how to automate the whole thing with Flow. They set it up so that each ticket purchase was treated as a separate order in Shopify.
So each order would have the attendee's information attached to it.
Exactly. Then they used Flow to pull all that key data names, emails, ticket types, all that, and automatically put it all into a Google Sheet.
Nice. So no more manually copying and pasting everything into a spreadsheet.
Exactly. Saves a ton of time. And now, with all that attendee info nicely organized in a spreadsheet, they can easily segment their audience, send targeted emails, even track attendance for future events.
That's working smart, not hard. All right, what else you got? I'm loving these Flow stories.
Okay, how about this? A store owner selling pre-order items wanted to build some buzz and reward their early birds.
Yeah, pre-orders can be tricky. You got to keep those customers excited and in the loop while they wait.
For sure. So this user created a flow that was triggered when a pre-ordered item arrived in stock.
Okay, and then what?
The flow automatically moved those pre-ordered products into a special hot-off-the-truck collection in their store.
Ah, I like that. So the people who pre-ordered would see that their items were ready right away. Makes them feel special.
Exactly. Plus, to make it even better, the flow also sent a personalized email notification to those customers, letting them know they could grab their pre-ordered goodies before anyone else.
That's awesome. A great way to reward those loyal early birds.
Definitely. I think these examples show that Flow isn't just about automating the boring stuff. It can really help drive sales and create these unique customer experiences.
Okay, I am officially convinced. But how easy is it to actually set this stuff up? Can you walk me through the basics?
Setting up basic flows is pretty straightforward. Remember that trigger, condition, action framework?
Yeah, that was helpful.
Well, Shopify actually has a library of pre-built flow templates.
So you don't have to start from scratch.
Nope. You can just grab a template that's close to what you want to do and then tweak it.
Perfect. Okay, so let's say I want to send a welcome email to every new customer who subscribes to my email list. How would I do that with Flow?
You'd start by choosing the customer-created trigger. That's what sets things in motion. Then you might add a condition to make sure the customer hasn't bought anything yet, so you're only targeting brand new shoppers. Finally, you'd set the action to send your welcome email. You can personalize it with their name, maybe add a discount code.
See? Not that hard at all. I feel like I could handle that.
And that's just the beginning. As you get comfortable, you can create more complex workflows, really explore all the possibilities Flow has to offer.
I am definitely going to dive in and start playing around with this. This deep dive has been a real eye-opener. I knew Shopify Flow was there, but I had no idea it could do so much.
It's really about empowering store owners, giving them the tools to work smarter and grow their business.
Totally. And speaking of tools that can help boost your sales, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Octo AI.
Octo AI's sales assistant acts like a personal shopper right on your website. Helps customers find what they need quickly and easily, which can lead to happier customers and a higher conversion rate.
It's like having another team member dedicated to closing those sales 24/7. Definitely check them out.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Shopify Flow. Hopefully you've discovered a new tool to make your store run more smoothly and help your business really take off.
And that's it for today. Until next time, happy automating.